to Galena on maps like this to try and really understand.
Oh, back in the early days, he fought Faz, right? Like one of the original 125.
To experiment with champions that we didn't really see at the time, and at the time, Galena was definitely one of them. Now has become a staple on certain maps thanks to players kind of sticking it out with her, and Cypher's still running with it now. But at the same time, with Nyx and with Sorlag, we know that Cypher has a lot of experience.
Now, just to remind you folks at home, this is a qualification match. Whoever wins this series is going to qualify for Dreamhack Denver, and they will be joining the rest of the already invited competition. But they've got to earn their way in, and this one series could be the decider of that. The loser of this is not out, but they will be in the lower bracket. Well, they all have one more chance, but that safety net is gone.
Still though, Noctis back to that tried and true composition we saw before of that Sorlag, Anarchy and Nyx. So I put this to good use before.
Noctis did not want to dedicate to that. I mean, he actually didn't necessarily have to jump on Cypher, even though he got the first hit right there. But he knew he would have been point blank, and he knew the Sorlag was his opponent. He does not want to be point blank, especially when the acid spit is ready. The ability timers, it's just one extra thing that these top players need to time. They're already timing respawn times, they're already having to do the maths on health and armor, and now they're having to time abilities too. Like, there's so much knowledge required to be a top-level Quake Champions player.
Still though, we have to remember this is Ruins of Sarnath and it is Anarchy. It's going to be very difficult for Cypher to keep up with Noctis here. If Noctis can get a good sequence of mobility going, this is kind of like the playground for Anarchy. Still though, controlling these power-ups is going to be big. The Mega Health is going to be up very soon, but Cypher trying to do a little bit of damage first. Is going to take it. Just going to go for the Mega Health instead.
I think that was one of those you miss every shot you don't take scenarios where, I mean, that was going to be like a magical pixel hit rail, but I mean, who cares, right? I'm going to get Mega anyway.
That could have been huge, but still a lot of health on the side of Cypher. Gets a little bit of damage down to the tick. He knows where he is. Just going to see him down near the armor. Loads of nails coming through.
Wow.
And there we go. Wonderful play by Noctis, just zoning off with those nails, and Cypher walked straight through it. And Noctis is going to take a little bit of damage to just finish him off. And he gets the first blood almost 2 minutes into the round, and he gets the Mega Health for it too.
I actually kind of feel like Noctis used the acid spit against Cypher right there. Like, he knew that Cypher knew where he was, right? So he just opted to go, well, he's likely to try and chase me down. He knows I'm buy heavy. He knows he might be able to secure it. That was a disgusting rail, by the way. And then he just turned around and went for a little bit of that spam on the super nail gun and did the damage required to win the fight. Like, it was really well executed, but even better executed with that rail by Cypher, turning it round very confidently.
So though, Noctis is on Sorlag, so he's going to take a few more of those rails to get taken out. All acid going through, but he's chasing it.
Snatching up that Mega, knowing that
very dangerous situation to be in for Cypher. Hangs around and Noctis just peppers him down with the start machine gun. Taking enough damage now. Cypher left with just Galena. Oh, and he's getting chased. Noctis. Oh, go. Oh wow, yeah, Cypher again able to make that return frag. I think Noctis really wanted to just stick to Cypher there before he can get his totem set up, but already has one on the board.
He was able to use the totem.
He threw it though.
He threw it sort of towards that small health just by the jump pad, and actually used the totem's health after killing Noctis to survive afterwards. But hang on, here's the fight. Last champion, the aggressive Ghost Walk. 11 health left, but Noctis doesn't chase.
That was a dangerous situation if Noctis went for that. I mean, that would have been an all or nothing thing, right? But does get the Mega Health. Cypher very low. Totem down, get himself topped off again.
Hey, don't forget, guys, that totem doubles up as both defensive and offensive. It can heal you and damage them at the same time. But speaking of damage, one connects. Noctis now, no armor.
And Cypher knows where he is too. Still going to have a Ghost Walk for a little while. Surely tries to swap to that rail for that final shot, but wasn't quite able to take it.
You can swap from rail, you can swap to rail from Lightning Gun at a deceivingly fast rate.
Oh, what a rail!
He's in big trouble now.
Ghost Walk is forced. Okay, jump just to quickly secure the Mega.
Oh, 2 damage!
Oh my lord,
Noctis somehow lives to fight another day. That was surprising.
But DB though, the heavy armor goes towards Cypher. This is a miserable.
If he uses that teleporter, he's dead. If he uses that teleporter, he's dead. And no doubt he's seen it too. Like, he knows where he is. Oh, that would have been a fantastic position right there. And he gets it! Wow, nice awareness from Cypher. Clean execution.
I mean, that was just knowledge, right? Like, he knew where Noctis was likely to be. You know, when you have those Galena totems outside teleporter exits, not only does it shut down mobility options of your opponent, but it also means that you, as the player, know, well, he's not detonating the totems, which means he's not using the teleporters, which means that there's only one way he can go. And Cypher is consistently making that read on where he's going to be.
That was a fantastic angle too.
Still though, we know Noctis was able to get the first frag last time, but every time Cypher lost a champion, he just immediately returned with one of his own.
Noctis is in big trouble. He's trying to escape, but the injection has already been used. He has nothing to save himself from the ticking damage. He gets armor at the last minute, but that will not save him if Cypher catches him right now, and it looks like he does.
Oh, Noctis.
He is between a rock and a hard place, man. I mean, like, it's 50-50 left or right.
I even think it is. Cypher's trying to cover all the bases, gets the mega health. You can see he's gone back. He knows Noctis is like to be. Like, he can't leave. Cypher is just covering all of the exits. Oh, the rail didn't quite connect. Noctis. I mean, he's going to have to do something brave. Does he get out of here? He's trying.
But he's still stuck, and there's
no health over there. There's one small pickup near him, and that was it. And it wasn't enough to keep him back. But Cypher opts to run away to get access to that heavy armor again. I feel like Cypher just used that situation where Noctis was trapped to just create that divide and make it bigger with the heavy armor right there instead. And now look, he's got Mega 2. He can easily fight Noctis now with anything he wants to do. I mean, Noctis is going to have injection, but we're already seeing that. That's not quite a get-out-of-jail-free card in the fights. Can't fight back. Oh, he gets the rail. Noctis in trouble. Knows he's used the teleporter.
And he's also going to know for 40 seconds. Well, make that 35 now. He's picked up an hourglass. That injection will not be an option. I mean, even with the heavy, just look at the difference in stacks. Cypher's laughing at this.
Interesting here. Looks like Cypher really wants to try and just get a figure on where Noctis has gone. And then Noctis, I mean, he's still going to, even at full stacks, he's not going to be anywhere near as healthy as Solag. The mega health is up, and Noctis nowhere near to securing it. So he's going to get that for free.
The thing is, if Cypher plays this hit-and-run game intelligently, and he hits those rails, and he keeps them behind. Hang on a minute, here's the fight. Noctis only needs a couple more hits on the LG, and he's going to win the fight.
He's going to chase this down, though. Heavy armor.
The heavy armor's it's too obvious. He's not going to risk it.
Yeah, Cypher knew better than to go for that, I think.
What a turn of momentum. I was just about to say, if Cypher kept that hit-and-run style going, when we had that 1 minute warning, you know, he could opt to go, right, now I'm going to take the fight because I'm so consistently ahead of him in terms of just general stack. He could have probably won that fight. That one exchange that didn't go in his favor. Noctis now in the driver's seat, but no, that rail! That clutch point-blank rail! Has just put Noctis in a terrible situation once more.
Mega health goes towards Cypher. Noctis is nowhere near to keep himself healed up, but the heavy armor goes to Cypher too. Wow, what a momentum steal. Cypher,
and it just came from that one rail. You know, if that didn't work out, oh, so clean. There we go. Solag
catches him as well. He just picked up a rocket though. He has some weapon. Oh, nice rail.
The problem is he's got to start a machine gun and rocket, and that's all he's got. He has nothing to fight back. He hits a rocket too, but just the distinct difference in health meant that Cypher didn't really have to worry about that. Noctis is in a bit of bother right here.
Heavy armor's here, but Cypher doesn't want to let him get it for free. There's the Ghost Walk. It's expensive for Noctis, but still, able to get the heavy armor is going to be huge. At the very least, he's taking it away from Cypher.
Trading ability for ability as well. Similar cooldowns.
Although Cypher getting armor anywhere he can.
Here comes Noctis.
There's no Ghost Walk. Noctis stay around. No, he's running away.
Because of this sort of snowball-based gameplay where Cypher had a great start and he's not been forced off his starting champion yet, it's given him so much time to just not only stack up when he needs to, but just he's got every weapon he needs to get the job done. Bets it on the rail and misses. Misses a second.
That was make or break, but Cypher just barely alive to live after that one. But Noctis, very weak himself, but going to be quicker to stack up to full health again. Cypher in a bit of a miserable position here, though. Not a lot of health or armor at all.
You say that. 1 minute warning, though. Even if he loses Solag, he can delay the respawn, he can go in for nicks, and just use the Ghost Walk to survive. 50 seconds on the clock, and he's going to win this round on the champion advantage. Very unfortunate missed rail. Noctis kind of had to go for that, though. No real choice in the matter. Either he missed it, and that's it, or he got it, and had a good start to maybe make a comeback.
At this point, I mean, it seems like the safest bet for Cypher to play the clock. Do you think he's going to do it?
Oh, yeah, I reckon.
2 champions.
100%. I mean, Cypher plays to win. Like, he knows how to play Quake, right? Like, he has his head screwed on.
And it's also a qualification match too. Like, there's so much more riding on this game than before. And even then, like, the loser will go down to loser's bracket, so you still have a chance, but having to not do that work, I mean, there we go. Noctis is going to take the frag.
But he can just delay his respawn now. Oh, no, never mind. Just goes straight in. But 10 seconds on the clock, a Ghost Walk available. I don't think this is possible for Noctis at all.
No, 5 seconds left. Now that's going to be it. Round goes to Cypher. Noctis trying to suicide, end things on his terms, but isn't going to have time. That's going to be the second round going towards Cypher. 1 round away from taking the first map.
Cypher's just playing incredibly well so far.
3, 2,
A big thing has just been those rails, right? The constant chip damage.
Yep.
How many times have we seen players, you know, they'll go for those like harassing rails to try and get that damage? And Cypher starting with Galena this time though, I like it. But how many times have we seen players like go for those pokey rails and miss them?
Oh,
Get no damage. But if you can, you're doing 80 damage every time you see your opponent. You're constantly forcing them to surrender anything to get sacks.
but now, Cypher going with Galena first means if he gets clipped by a rail and he's got a totem, he can basically undo all that damage. But now he's against a Sorlag. He's going to have the benefit of that larger hitbox on the receiving end, which means that those little quick flick rails that he's already hitting on small champions, I mean, it's going to be so much easier for him to hit a champion that has like 3 times the hitbox size.
Oh, that could be dangerous.
The acid as well.
Acid. Does Cypher have a totem to heal himself?
He did use it, but he's still going to be ridiculously weak. But it does keep him alive. The danger is that the Mega just went to Sorlag. He hasn't got the health to survive this fight at all. No, the totem does keep him alive!
Saying
The split second, I will happily eat my words. The yell. That was insane. Oh!
Oh,
hello.
Noctis able to immediately return it. But that was it. That was looking like complete guaranteed curtains for Cypher, but just dropping that totem at his feet and getting that clutch max damage rocket. I mean,
split second.
that was the perfect play, but Noctis, keeping himself in the game immediately, seeks out Cypher as soon as he can to get the frag, and Noctis catches him. Acid going through. Oh no, he stepped a toe in it. Cypher can see him. Cypher didn't connect.
If it did, he would have been in big trouble. But
Speaking of which, though, Cypher very low on health now.
I was just about to say, that has not a lot of health to look at. And this heavy armor's going to go in the favor of Noctis too. A long time on those regular pickups. Oh, can't afford to take a single rail, otherwise this advantage will be swiftly undone. Here comes Cypher laying the trap. But Noctis with the knowledge, he was ready. Hang on a minute. The turnaround.
That was a really important frag for Noctis too. Mega health can be up in just a few seconds. Doesn't even have time to go for it though. We know Cypher is likely on the warpath. I'm going to be up any second too. Cypher's going to need this.
The weapons is highly depending on the... sorry, I said the advantage depends on the weapons that Cypher has as well. He's being very patient. Noctis definitely did not know he was right down that corner.
Does look like Cypher is content. Sort of sitting back though. We know Cypher kind of has to bring something back to get some weapons back on the board. He hasn't got nicks left.
I mean, some of these last-minute rails, they are going to be hard to hit because we just look at those sort of like certain areas of the map where Cypher has vision for a rail. I mean, hitting those rails is going to be so hard with how fast Anarchy moves.
That would have been a beautiful combo kill.
They're so weak, both of them. That armor may as well not exist at this health. But now he's got 75. It's going to be a little bit more substantial. Cypher, though, still struggling to get his stack back up. 1 health, but it's not going to be enough. Even with that, he's still vulnerable to a single rail or a bit of LG. Chasing it down, but pushed him into the teleporter. Very fortunate.
Cypher trying to get away. He is 1 hit away from anything at this point. Trying to get away.
Oh!
Cypher, the turn rail every time. Cypher looks like he is on death's door. He just fights back with something just out of nowhere.
Uh-oh.
Oh, but Noctis, again, Noctis making that read. That was a beautiful play. Again, after basically, I don't want to say dropping a kill, because I don't think that was his mistake as much as it was Cypher just doing something incredibly impressive. He does the right thing, doesn't let it get to him, and immediately seeks out Cypher, realizing, okay, well, he got the frag, but he hasn't picked up any health. He's still weak. He knew, and he had a, he knew where he was.
There's one thing we've seen a great job from Noctis today is when he loses a champion, but he knows where he's likely to spawn and how much health his enemy must have after winning that fight. He cleans up. You know, his ability to just clean up a frag confidently without taking any damage himself. I mean, it's been on point today. Really impressive stuff.
Oh, Cypher's chasing the fight despite only having a rocket launcher. Noctis has that LG, and it's going to be a Sorlag versus Sorlag big body fight. LG is going to be a lot easier to confirm.
Armor goes in Noctis' favor too. With this advantage, he has to make sure that he hits those rails. If Cypher lands them and he doesn't, he will undo all the damage. Speaking of damage, here comes the acid spit, but going a bit too bold, perhaps. No! Survives with 1 tick of LG's worth of health.
And all that health and armor too. While still relatively low, Noctis able to stack up as much as he can.
Oh!
Ghost Rock popped immediately. Does Cypher chase the kill? Yes, he does! There's the LG. Cypher immediately able to return the frag himself.
Reappearing in the one area that Noctis did not look.
Both these players playing in a very similar style in that regard. All catch him.
Oh dear.
Rocket launcher. This could be bad for Cypher, but there's injection just to get himself away, but he's still around. 10 health left for Cypher though. Both players very weak.
Is he going in for the jump pad? No, he doesn't want to risk it. Noctis making safe passage all the way around instead. 10 seconds on that Mega, so they're both going to have to use those smaller pickups. Regular health and armor will have to do. But now they're going to go for that trade-off. Yeah, they exchange it, one each. Oh! The Ghost Walk is available if Cypher needs it. Using it aggressively. I don't know if Noctis is prepared for this. Oh, gets away.
There's that speed, trying to jump through. Hit the wall, though. That would be a mistake. He will pay for it. That one moment of hitting the frame, and he is punished immediately.
My word.
That's how risky movement is in this game if you aren't quite 100% on it at all times.
As high-level Quake, the smallest mistake for half a second will punish you for the entire game. Not to say that Noctis is out. You cannot count this guy out at all. Cypher now has the champion lead, but there's plenty of this round left to go.
No, timeout not going to be a thing for a little while longer at the very least. Just does have time to make this happen, but it's going to be tough. Oh, nice rail though. One more of those would be crucial, but Cypher able to get the armor first.
Yeah, return the favor. Oh,
wow.
Clean shot right there. And that's 3-1. So it's going to be a good start for Cypher. He's now in the lead, has the map advantage. And I really did think that Road to Sarnath was a good map for Cypher. Like, if there's one predetermined map that was going to help him out, it was going to be this map. It just benefits him and it fits him like a glove. The way he wants to play this game, Sarnath just matches.
It really is the rails. Like you said before, Cypher has some of the best aim in Quake right now.
With every weapon as well.
Yeah.
Every weapon.
Indeed. He just has the knowledge. He knows how to use them. But, I mean, he just plays it well. You know, hitting rails and some of those champions can be difficult, especially Nyx and Nick, with how small they are and how rapidly they move around and how good these players are at juking from that distance as well. Hitting them is like the hardest possible target in the game, but Cypher consistently does it. And it's like I said before, when you've got players who are constantly trying to like harass each other with the damage, if you're hitting that damage and you're constantly forcing your opponent to pick up health and armor all the time, they're not trying to get around the map the way they normally would want to. And it works out way better for you.
They're having to sort of like re-navigate their paths. And if they're having to sort of re-navigate how they move around the map, it just takes them longer than it should do, which means that you'll beat them to items, you'll beat them to locations, you can spring a trap and just wait for them. You know, you're in a lot more control over how they approach the map you're going to be going for. But it kind of looks to me like Corrupted Keep is the map that's being selected for this counter pick, or I should say potential counter pick. The map with no railgun, and it's all about the LG, those close quarters fights. Taking the rail away from Cypher is also going to be effective, I think, for sure. But once more, his LG is also one of his most dangerous weapons. And this map is built on the LG, especially with Sorlag too. Like, she's really come into the meta on this map 100%. If you play Sorlag, you're going to pick Corrupted Keep every time.
Still, though, same compositions from both players in terms of champions. Looks like a Cypher sticking with that Galena. That, I mean, his Galena had some moments of greatness there. Like that most
disgusting.
notable play, throwing down that health totem at the last minute to survive certain death into a quick swap into. Was it a rocket or a rail he swapped to? I can't remember.
I believe it was a rocket. It was something ridiculous, something utterly ridiculous.
But you know, Corrupted Keep's a good map for that. Teleporters are such a huge part of just basic movement on here, and have to wait and see if it does a similar amount of damage here. Corrupted Keep is going to be potentially the final map here. It's going to be the winner goes to Dreamhack. Loser goes down to the loser's bracket, so you are still going to be in the tournament. It's just going to be a lot harder for you to sort of progress from there. Now you've lost that safety net, but I mean, we hadn't seen Cypher play for a while, so I wasn't really sure what to expect when we saw him again, in terms of like champions mainly, but he looks as confident as ever. And not a huge surprise.
Well, the thing about watching Cypher play so far is that, yes, we've been watching him play, but not necessarily in a competitive setting. And the competitive setting is very different to the casual environment, you know, where you're doing sort of like matchmaking, general matchmaking. I think everyone knows that,
dead.
But hang on a minute, that's dead. No, can't survive. Oh!
Oh, wow, full speed.
Splat. I mean, he pretty much flung himself into that wall right there.
And you're doing that star pose.
Oh,
hang on, though. That is like the definition of what's happened this entire set between these guys.
They do trade those frags back and forth, don't they?
Yeah, one of them will get the first frag, other one will spawn immediately and kill the other one. It's like they've got a grudge and they will not rest until they immediately respond to it.
Vengeance must be done.
My revenge has only begun.
Now, Sorlag versus Nyx. We've seen this matchup a ton, and it really is. If Nyx has Ghost Walk, she's totally fine. If not, rip. Very difficult to survive.
That rocket, though, gonna do big things on Corrupted Keep, being the heaviest hitting weapon in the game.
And Sorlag only needs an LG on this map to get the job done.
It's going to be Cypher that doesn't have his Sorlag anymore, and Noctis has his, but that Galena lying in the wings for Cypher. We've already seen Galena do ridiculous things on this map over time. Ghostwalk is popped immediately though from Cypher to keep himself alive, but he uses it aggressively.
It's another map.
Yep.
Oh, direct.
Wow.
Now Cypher's forced to retreat. Definitely can't fight this.
Oh wow, he's got no Ghostwalk.
That was a fantastic rocket jump from Noctis. Just meeting him head on.
See Cypher really trying to go towards that rocket. The acid doesn't quite hit the mark. Oh wow. Gives himself a little bit. The acid's ticking down. This is a bad situation to be in for Cypher. Tries to get through, picks up the mega health. Cypher just absolutely
minimal.
clinging to life.
Minimal rocket damage too, but the LG tracking. That was a fast sequence. And Noctis is going to take that first round.
Indeed, looking really good. Cypher tried to fight back, and over again, Noctis was just barely able to come out better in those trades, but he would eventually manage it. Very impressive.
It's fast, much faster than the rounds we saw in Ruins, that's for sure, but a testament to this map. Corrupted Keepers unlike anything else in Duel. The starting super shotgun and the spray just annihilated.
Yeah, Noctis didn't even have time to pop the ingestion there, like already melted down to the very core. And Cypher getting a frag, is that going to be it? Noctis is going to take the frag, he had the acid. A lot of health on the side of Noctis. Cypher needs to take him down quickly before he can stack back up again. Oh, that's got the rocket. There was no weapons on the side of Cypher. That was perfect play from Noctis. Cypher didn't even have time to react with the Ghost Walk. He was already dead.
I mean, we talk about a fast round. How about 3 frags in under 40 seconds? Oh my word. Will we see another? What will this be? A round ended in less than a minute's time.
Sure, we have 10 seconds left to find out. Cypher on Galena.
You would have seen the teleporter, just keeping him at arm's reach. This is a great situation if you're the opponent near the entryway there. Oh, misses the rocket too. A little bit of self-damage. Here we go.
I love Noctis' management on the health items on this map, though. Every time he takes damage, he immediately heals it back up again. And now he's controlling the heavy armor. This is going to be tough for Cypher, I think, to bring this back after this much of a stacked up Sorlag.
Galena has made comebacks in the past. The danger is that if there's one champion in this game that doesn't really need to care too much about totems, it's probably going to be Sorlag. Oh, venomous indeed. A second round, just like that.
We might be having less than a 5-minute map at this rate. Noctis is on a warpath, determined to tie things up one apiece.
Well, just to remind you guys at home, this is still a qualification match, or a qualification series. 1-1 is something that Noctis needs, absolutely, to stay alive in the winner's bracket.
Ash is coming through, but there's the armor to mitigate some of it.
I think when you're this close to qualifying for an event like Dreamhack, you don't want to have to go through that another chance. You want to get it now. You want to get the job done right now. Oh, nice nails.
Noctis has been on the money with those consistently. Oh my god. That's actually one of the deceivingly harder to hit weapons in the game, I think, the super nail gun.
You have to aim so much more in front of where you think you actually need to. But he did take a little bit of damage right there, so he's forced to retreat temporarily.
Oh, acid really connected a little bit. Fair enough.
Oh, he might go down.
He'll survive, surely. There we go, there's the health.
And the turnaround.
Cypher had no health at all to take it. And once again, Cypher loses that first champion. This is looking really good for Noctis.
You said it yourself, Noctis is not a player that cracks. He doesn't sort of crumble under the pressure. He does remain rock solid, composed.
Oh, hang on a minute, that was a brilliant spawn for Cypher.
Oh yeah.
Walks into a bit of acid, but isn't going to matter. The Ghost Walk to nullify into heavy armor. Much better turnaround. Cypher doing exactly what he needs to do now.
One more good fight. Cypher doesn't necessarily tie things up, but he's off to a good start.
Oh, Noctis takes this fight dead even.
Oh, they trade! That was ridiculous. 2-1, but another relatively fast round. The strength of Corrupted Keep.
Now, is that going to be the turning point for Cypher? Going down 2 rounds that quickly, that convincingly, but able to, in almost the exact same fashion, respond the same? Like, this could be huge for Cypher if he can keep this momentum going.
However, Noctis has a great start. He's got the LG. He's got the LG, and Cypher doesn't.
He has no armor, though, and look at Cypher.
Surprise him from up behind. The super shotgun is, even the super shotgun is lethal in the hands of Sorlag this early in the match. 120 damage at point blank, and now he's got an LG.
Oh, none of the acid connects. Big mistake for Cypher, popped into the injection.
Acid Spit's going to be down for 30 chunky seconds. More than enough time for Noctis to make chase.
Oh, Cypher taking a lot of damage here. Noctis determined not to let him heal up either.
Slightly different change of pace. Haven't seen a frag in a minute, so you know things are a little bit different on this map so far.
Well, they just have to be careful. A lot of the time, they're kind of like immediately just fighting and sticking to the fight, and one of them inevitably dies, but be careful now. Willing to get out of that fight as soon as it's not going their way.
Only one hit on that nail, so the damage is not in his favor. Noctis forced to retreat. Cypher making chase. Heading him off near Rocket 2. He knows. Noctis having to be so patient here. Needs to get a good call. If Cypher gets a good read on where he's going to go, this could be curtains. Happy to take the Mega instead.
That's what he needs. Still, no frags on the board yet, though. It's like either of them can play for the clock at the moment. Oh, a lot of damage coming through. The acid again doesn't quite hit the mark. No, he actually got a little bit of the damage over time. Desperately looking for health pickups. Manages to do so, but Cypher very low now.
I wonder if Cypher's going in for the fight. No, he used that room to get the 2 small healths and the armor. Good call.
Running back towards heavy armor now, but Noctis is trying to meet him there. Little tiny bit of damage. He knows he's going to be there. They're going to trade out Mega for heavy. It looks like it. Yep, Mega goes towards Noctis and heavy towards Cypher already.
Wonder if Noctis didn't get the tick on the LG there. Maybe he actually would have got the rocket on that teleporter. Cypher looked like he was going to go towards that teleporter. The only reason he stopped is because he got hit by that one tick, but no, the acid! That is damage Anarchy does not want to take, and the hoverboard goes flying.
Acid into front flip, the deadly combo. Cypher going to take down that first frag half into this last round. Cypher, oh, springs the trap.
Oh, that was disgusting.
That was such a good shot. And Cypher, 1 frag away from tying up this map. Evened up 2 rounds apiece and bringing himself to match point. I mean, Cypher, you can say he's in the zone now. Noctis has been playing so well, but Cypher has just been on fire in this map.
Here he comes.
Wow.
A nice amount of LG. Noctis forced to...
Wait, what?
Oh, I mean, committed suicide, I guess. That's it. 2-2.
Was that on purpose?
I have no idea, but there's not even time to think about it. There's 1 round left. This could be a 2-0 victory for Cypher, sending him easily in to Dreamhack.
Maybe. 1 round potentially lying in this one. This round, if Noctis wins, he's going to tie it up, and we will go to game 3, but Cypher has to win this, and he's going to go to Dreamhack over Noctis here.
Noctis has made him fight for this one, but on the verge of a 3 straight comeback. He can't actually fight back when he's in the injection, and because of that, he's out of there, but he is so weak. Can't go for the health either. Cypher bang on top of him, the read, but can't finish it.
Not yet. There's a few health things around, but Cypher knows what he's likely to go for. He's caught him here. This is bad. Noctis survived this. Oh, barely again, but every single time they fight, Cypher survives with less and less health.
Yeah, he might actually win the fight. Look at this. The stack advantage is totally in his favor. Is Noctis going to turn this around? He does.
Now, Cypher was prioritizing chasing the frag and making sure he could take down Noctis, I think, over getting armor, fortunately. But, I mean, it was a good read. It just didn't quite pay off in the end.
I mean, Cypher's got to be careful here. He can't be too aggressive because if Noctis plays his cards right, he's going to make it 3-2. Hang on a minute. He gets another one.
Yeah, Cypher now has to do this with just Galena. He has to take out 3 champions. Noctis, time after time, is able to just stop Cypher as he desperately pursues him.
A 3 straight Galena comeback against Nyx and Sorlag on top of this Anarchy. This is a tall ask for Cypher, but he's one of the best in the world for a reason.
Oh, 3 rockets connect.
He's taken a lot of damage. Definitely damage he didn't want to take. It's going to be 7 seconds until he gets the totem 2. No health available.
Oh, Cypher's in trouble. Cypher jumps straight through. Where is Cypher gone? Oh, he gets the mega health. That's what he needed.
That does mean he doesn't have to use the totem either. He can save it for later.
Looking through, trying to do as much damage as possible, but Cypher doesn't look content on just running away.
That was an important rocket. Oh, jump straight over for the totem, that would have been disastrous.
I thought for sure he was going to go into that one. That would have been curtains because Cypher would have known where he was. And then damage coming through. Oh, barely alive. Trying to stop him getting chased with nails. I like the decision. Heavy armor going to be up soon, but hasn't got time to go for it yet. There we go. Wonderful stacking up by Noctis. Almost on full everything again. He's got the injection too. Does he pop it to stay safe? No. He opts to keep the regular health instead. Saves it for later. Here comes the totem. Cypher survives because of the totem healing. I love how ready Noctis is for these totems. I mean, any single one of these he could have walked into and it would have been game over. Going in for the rocket. Dedicates to the fight. And instead of running away, he goes